All right, so we found, to us, the best rig out there for full-timers. So we're going to take you through it. Stick around.
We're standing in the Forest River Riverstone 39RKFB.
Well, that's a mouthful.
That's a mouthful, yes. And like Jason said before, we think this is one of the best rigs out there for full-time RVers, especially if you're still working, and we're going to show you why. When we first walked through this rig, actually a couple months ago, we were really blown away and a little disappointed it wasn't out 4 years ago when we started RVing. So we're both
start.
a little too excited about it, to be honest, and we kind of argued who got to do the walkthrough, so we're gonna be switching off here. So I'll let you start, since you seem just a little bit more excited than me.
So I would say the number one thing about this RV that gets me excited is not only does it have like the utility and the layout in a way that really works for us and the way we use our RV, but whoever designed this RV or the product manager, I have to give them a big round of applause, because they actually used it, or at least walked through it and did it, because there's so many tiny little things that 99.9% of RV manufacturers don't take into account, but they do show up here, and I very much appreciate that. So first, if you can't tell, it is a lighter interior, and oh my goodness, it makes such a big difference. It doesn't feel dark and small and crowded. It feels like there is a ton of space. And it comes in a rear kitchen, which we've really been enjoying the looks of a rear kitchen that is not elevated, because it kind of takes it out of your living space, and it just looks real nice. So overall, I mean, you have plenty of pantry space here. This is nothing to, go home about. But they did put in a residential fridge. And I will have to say that I love the idea of a residential fridge for frozen ice cream. And just, you kind of know how it works, where RV fridge is. The propane is really nice when you're boondocking or you're traveling down the road. But I don't know. Ray prefers having the RV fridge, but I want a residential fridge. But the number one thing with residential fridges is the doors aren't made to stay open as you're bouncing down the road. So manufacturers have to figure out ways for them to keep them shut. And so some put like little baby straps on the door that look real ugly and all of that. And so I always look to see the innovative way that companies have come up with it. And this looks to be a pretty clever way. It's just a little screw in here, and you can pull this whole little suction pad off, and you won't be able to tell because it's just a screw. And so, while you're stationary, that's great. When you go to leave, you just screw this in, and all it has is a little bolt added on, and that's it. So I think that's a really genius way to keep all three of these doors closed. No adding multiple straps, and it just looks real nice. And it looks like it's going to work really well, too, because it's a big, strong bolt. Other than that, it looks like we have plenty of counter space. This nice, deep counter space. Always give these a little hit. They're not the thickest bottom wood that I've seen, but they're also not just like a little piece of glue on. It's like an actual piece of wood, which is nice, so it's not going to be falling out when you put your silverware stuff in there.
4-burner stove.
4-burner stove with like what looks like a full-size oven, or at least a decent apartment-sized oven.
Yeah.
So good. Samsung. This looks like a really nice microwave. I can't even tell how to. Oh, there we go. That's big.
Too advanced for us.
Yeah, that's real nice and clean looking. Really like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got ventilation underneath. Real nice. Plenty of storage. Double sink, really cool. Dishwasher.
What?
So, really nice, out of the way dishwasher. Doesn't take up any extra space. And then what we thought was really cool was this nice little thing comes off. And this goes to a trash can, which you can access outside. So
Yeah, we thought that was really cool.
yeah, I mean, it's cool in concept. We would have to try it. I do like the ability to be able to take it out. That is a smaller hole, so like who knows what kind of
Pizza
trash you
boxes,
have. Yeah, try to
couldn't get in there.
gotta shove it in there and then throw it into the abyss. But I do like that it's out of the way, and it does a real nice job of utilizing this back corner space that would be difficult to get to any other way.
Right, yeah, it doesn't have much storage space underneath, so they really took advantage of that from the exterior.
Yeah, so maybe make that hole bigger, or maybe it's not a problem. I don't know. I do like that they did add a nice little butcher block wood cutting board here.
Yes.
It gives you that little extra space. And the showstopper of this whole entire kitchen is up. We got the stamped tin ceiling, which is awesome. And then you even have this little fake wood beam or real wood, but
Yeah, we
not
haven't
like
been able to go knock on it.
Yeah, it might be a hollow wood beam, but it delineates the kitchen from the living area and kind of gives just this nice. They didn't go overboard with like the crazy decorative ceiling the entire way. It's just here in the kitchen, and I love it.
Yes, and since we're looking up right now anyway, I do like the accent choices. They're just simple, minimal, and they're black, which I really like in contrast with the white interiors.
Yeah, very simple, nice. Like even just these lights are like a little bit more. I would say modern, but it's like rustic modern,
right?
Which I enjoy.
Yes, and they have matching ones over there above the dining room.
Yeah, and it's once again white, black with this lighter wood, and you still do get some darker wood in here to contrast, which looks nice. But a two-person seating area with a little bit of extra storage. I'm not sure. You might be able to pull this out and.
I think you can. It has the sliding.
Yeah, it looks like that, so you can extend it, which is great because 99% of the time that you're using your RV. If you're full-timing like us, just as a couple, you only need 2 dining places. So a big dining room table kind of takes that space and it would be out to here. Anyway, so really, really like that. Simple, clean, and then it moves over to the next area, which is
a desk.
A desk that matches. It looks like it's a pretty, deep enough desk. They put a little cable run in, and you get beautiful views. I do like that the desk is on the door side because this is generally your better side. You can kind of pull this in and get the whole big view of everything with these nice big windows. And so then we move over to the living room, which is right here. We have a fan in the living room with a nice little accent. That's kind of cool. We don't have a fan in our rig because of the step-ups on each side, the 375, but so I don't know how much I would like it. I do like the idea of it, though. Like
I've heard people like the fans in their rigs.
When you're boondocking or something, you want to do low power. We pull out a box fan. This is a lot more elegant solution. Once again, pretty easy accents. These things are always dust collectors, so I wish it was a little bit more smooth. But overall, it's a pretty simple design, which I like. It's not too gaudy. Big emergency exit door here.
Window. Yes, and this couch pulls out into a bed, and then you have your recliners here. In my opinion, the one thing that could make this rig better is if this slide actually extended through here and you made this an L-shaped couch. That would be primo.
we absolutely love L-shaped couches, and I think that would absolutely tie this whole rig as 100% instead of 99.
110. Yeah.
Over here you have your big TV on an accent wall. Once again, just really tastefully done. It's not too accented. I mean, it's just nice, different wood pieces. Adds a little bit of texture. Nice big TV. A glass area so you can put your DVD boxes and whatever. And then this is glass, and so your remote will still work through it. That's the nice little feature, so it's not kind of like out of the way. And then some nice surround system and a fireplace, which if you're shopping for an RV to move into full time, you may not think that an electric fireplace makes a big difference, but it really does, especially when it's cold, or even if you just want to turn on the fire, because it just adds that little bit of like homeliness, I would say, to it. Makes you feel like you're in a house and not a moving house on wheels.
Exactly.
I will point out one thing I don't like about this, and it's not necessarily
A deal breaker.
a deal breaker. It's the in-floor registers. Only not a fan because we have a dog, and dirt and hair tends to go in there. So it's just something else that's a little bit harder to clean. Not a big deal, especially if you've dealt with it before. But we just don't prefer that.
Yes.
So let's move on up and Ray can take over.
All right, so we've gotten through, 2/3 of the living space here. So I want to show you some of my favorite features in this rig. There's actually a half bath, and that's cool, but a washer and dryer. So I think that the location and planning of this was just really cool and taking advantage of the space, because I do kind of feel like half baths are normally thrown in kind of random places and they're not really convenient. But we actually, when we walked in, we just thought this was a closet. It didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel weird. So then to open it and see all this space in here was really cool. And I'll show you when we get into the bedroom, but this feature I think is really cool. It's actually a laundry chute from the bedroom down into your laundry room, which is just awesome. And then they've utilized all the space in here with, additional storage. That's the access to the laundry chute from the bedroom, and even more storage up here. And I actually like this simple design of the door as well. It doesn't feel weird or out of place. It's just a really cool, nice design. And I like the backlighting behind the mirrors as well. So now let's go up to the bedroom.
So I want to point something out that's really cool. If you see this door, so it's easy to access right here if you're coming in while you're traveling on a travel day. Just to use the restroom, perfect. You don't have to open any slides. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the door here and where it opens, something that they did was add this little door stop. And so it's one of those things where the product manager came in, opened the door, smashed it against the step, probably, caused a little issue, and went, oh, let's add a door stop. And this cost them, 20 cents, add it, and it, I'm sure, made a world of difference. So it's little things like that that most product managers don't do or really
think about
or care about, even to fix them.
Right.
But things like that make it a world of difference when you're living in it full time.
Absolutely. Yes, and then you have your control panel hidden here as well. I do like the control panels being hidden. I feel like I've noticed in RVs more and more lately, the control panels are just on the walls, and I don't know, I don't like that. It's just a personal thing, but I do like it when they're hidden away and it just feels more like a home instead of here's all your light switches and tank levels and everything out in the open.
So I want to show you something with this control panel too, though. It is fully electronic for looking at these things, which is really nice. So you get all of this data, and so you do have like, oh, what temperature do I want the different climate control, or if I want to turn lights on, you can press these buttons. However, really neat, electronics in RVs aren't always the best, but what they've done is they've added just a very simple physical switch as well. So really like that.
Just in case something happens with your control panel, you at least have some manual switches too. Because that is one of the complaints we've heard about some of those new fancier control systems, is that when they don't work, you're kind of stuck without having access to opening your slides and turning on your lights. So we are now up here in the bedroom, and I thought this was really cool. I've never seen this before. I don't think this is unique to Riverstone, but they have a little furnace on the wall here, and it's actually on. So I'm sure you can hear a little bit of it, but it's really not loud, and I would have killed for this in our rig, because we do have a space heater in the bedroom, especially when you're boondocking, because on those colder nights, you will go through propane like it's nobody's business. So we try and just heat the bedroom when we're boondocking. So this is awesome. And then here is your access door and down to your laundry chute. So yeah, you can just toss your laundry in here, get it out of the way, no big deal. And then I like that they have charging ports and outlets right by the bed, so you can charge your phone at night. Even just this little area to put a book or your phone is really nice. And then you do have a cup of water, exactly. And then you do have some additional storage down here.
So I do want to point out another thing I really like is that you see this little tabletop here. It is on the outside of the bed. So ours are actually on the inside on the slide. So even though we have this, yeah.
Yeah, so ours are right here.
So even though we have a king-size bed, it feels smaller because we both have these tabletops that overreach over the bed.
Right, and so our shoulders kind of like hit them.
Are always touching it, or I'm like afraid. It's been 4 years, but I'm always afraid like my arm's gonna get stuck underneath it while I'm sleeping. Hasn't happened, but the fear is there.
Yes.
But I really like that it doesn't take up any extra. Also, look at that headboard. It's simple. It's a cushion. Like it's got nice textures to it, but it's nothing fancy. Like you don't need it. You don't need anything extra in here.
Exactly, exactly. And then you do have a ton of additional storage space. This is actually a slide, if you couldn't tell. So this slides out, and you are able, we've seen this with this slide in, you are able to kind of squeeze through here if you really needed to with this slide in. And yeah, just ton of storage space. You have your TV, another emergency exit window. And speaking of the windows, we do like that they don't have the valances on the side. I just think it's a little too much, you know, and our valances have always kind of irked us a little bit, but we don't want to take them off because then you have the holes in the walls.
Yeah, it's just a nice solid piece of wood. You're not going to be pushing on it. It's kind of built in. However,
and
what is the big con of
these?
Of this rig and these window shades? They are nice because you get dual shades.
Well,
right?
The dual shades are really nice, yes. But we noticed, I don't know if this window will do it. Yeah, it probably will. We've noticed this sound when you walk around. So we did it earlier where, of course this window won't do it. But we did it earlier in the living room where you're able to shake the whole RV and you hear all the windows in the living room just going like this. So that's the only thing, is we would probably just put like a little piece of felt in here. Yeah, just
stop
to
the clacking and perfect.
Yeah, exactly. All right, on to another one of my favorite features.
Yeah, it keeps going.
I know.
I do want to point out that the electrical panel is right here. Really nice and easily accessed down below.
That one, yeah.
And so if you do need to turn off the power, turn off the breakers, it's right there.
Yes.
Okay, so.
All right. Double sinks, so cool. The shower is all the way in the back. You wouldn't even, or in the front, I know, back of the bathroom, front of the rig. But you wouldn't even
FB
realize.
part of FBRK.
Yes, that you wouldn't even realize. Like in our rig, when you open the closet, you're well aware that you're in the front cap of the RV. It's curved, it's oddly shaped, but this, you'd have no idea you're in the front cap of the RV. It's just really cool. It's raised, it has this giant, sunroof, and just, simple black designs. You have your bench here if you do want to sit down, shave your legs or something while you're in the shower. And yeah.
I'm raised 5'9" for comparison.
Yes.
So, and I'm 6'2" and fit just, a couple more inches taller. So.
Yeah, exactly. And look at all this storage space you have in here as well. So you are not lacking any type of space in this RV. These drawers come out all the way, and like Jason said earlier, they're solid, they're nice. Your stuff isn't going to be falling through these drawers.
Yeah, once again, just want to point out the under counter LED lighting, that is very nice, especially if you're you need to use the restroom in the middle of the night, or it's getting late and you don't want to have the big top lights on. You just want to have your nice accent lighting, and it'll be perfect.
Yes. And you might think we're done here. We're not done here.
Well, look at all of that storage right there too.
The storage in here is insane. I'm not gonna lie, guys. If you want this rig, you need a big truck, because with all this storage space, I think it'd be easy to get a little overloaded here. But look at this. A closet. A walk-in closet. So you have storage here for anything you'd like to hang. You have 2 bars over here, 2 hanging bars, and even way back here you have cubbies. So they really utilized like every inch of space in here.
This looks very familiar, although looks a little upside down or maybe a different unit. But that's a Dyson holder, so it comes with a Dyson. Here's your solar panel control, and this looks like some sort of Wi-Fi or LTE system.
Yeah. So tons of storage on both sides in here. They even give you a little bench, so if you wanted to, you know, sit down, put your shoes on, take a load off in your walk-in closet in your RV, sure, why not?
Another thing we tend to look for is the toilet placement. Also, this one, although nothing special, is kind of perfect in this corner. It's out of the way. You can use it when you need to, but the rest of the time it's not in the way or, you know, oddly placed.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what it is. We hate an oddly placed toilet. It just feels weird, you know?
Yeah. And it's something we notice like immediately when we walk into RVs. So I do want to point out this rig does have ducted ACs as well, so you don't have any actual like big AC unit being really loud coming straight down. Like in ours in the bedroom, it's like right here and it's super loud. So you just have the intake and the output. So that's really, really nice. You know, little things. This nice door is out of the way, but they did put just a little lock down there to keep it from sliding around. You want to keep it open? Great. It's not up top. It's not like, I think in our RV, it's like a little plastic strap, which like half the time pops off on our door like this. So that is a nice strong metal connection. Simple. Like I said, most of the things are not like showstoppers. No one's gonna buy this RV because it has a nice door hook, but it's things like that that I immediately noticed about this specific RV that made me go, wow, whoever's designed this has really thought about it a lot.
Yes.
I do like simple things like the crown molding as well, like understated stuff. Not a lot of RVs have like a nice clean crown molding, and then the roof is a nice texture. The walls are nice and clean. Let's see. Other little things that are kind of fun is just like this infinity mirror. Once again, you're not going to buy...
a little dirty at the show here, but...
Yeah, you're not going to buy an RV because it has an infinity mirror, but it's kind of cool. Alright, so, you know, a full down Moride steps, you know, we absolutely love that. It does look like it has a backup camera system installed, just like the same one that we have, except for they pre-installed the video camera over the door, which is great. Power Solera awnings, absolutely love it, but the big thing that they did was they added this awning cover, so protect it from the sun while it's just sitting. I really, really like that. Beautiful full body paint, as you can tell.
This is an outdoor TV.
Yeah, you have a nice outdoor TV in the slide. This is the same slide right here is your dining room table, so you have the storage on the other side, so it doesn't feel like it takes too much. Sometimes when I feel like they add stuff like this, it takes up too much space inside, but couldn't even tell that there was something outside.
No.
So let's go to the front and then around to the other side. So this is your big main storage, and it is massive. Right. I think it's 4.5, maybe 5 feet wide. It's pretty big. I do like that they added this kind of like rubberized flooring. I do find myself putting like our big rollout mat in our front storage, and it's either wet or always dirty, and so I do like that it's industrialized. Something that's really cool is that they have one screw, but then they created these nice little channels to open it up, and you get access to it. And so I would say don't hold this against them. This is how
Actually, if you've seen the inner workings of any RV, you would know that this is actually a little bit more organized than your average rig.
And the fact that it's easily accessible, it doesn't matter how, you know, this is like actually zip tied and stuff. This stuff's all kept together. You have a bunch of connections here that look like they go into a whole power unit. You have hydraulic connections here. So if you're looking for any hydraulic leaks, this is a major place to look. That's so awesome. I can tell you right now, looking at this, this is amazing, right?
Yes.
So if you have problems with any, this is a whole like water unit. So if all the water lines run here. So if you're having problems with, say, your toilet, it's just like running or something like that, you need to turn off just that line, you can do it right here. Maybe that line's broken somewhere, turn that off. You don't lose water to the whole entire system. You can work on it, you can fix it. That is so cool.
Yes. And this is a very large pass-through storage because that is the door to the other side.
Yeah, and then right here, you just take this screw out and it looks like you can get access to here as well. I mean, it's all, you get access, you can see most of these beams here, which is great just to check the frame of your RV. Huge 40-pound propane tanks. Great, love it. Dual propane tanks, auto switch over. That's pretty standard in RVs, but those are 40-pounders versus 30. So, up here you have generator prep. So it's prep. There's a propane line already running there. You just slap your propane tank in there. I do like the kind of texturized feeling to this because this will catch a lot of rocks as you're driving down the road. So,
bugs and
and bugs, and so a little chip going in will match right with all the rest of that. You'll just get maybe some silver touch-up paint. Be good to go. This is really cool. This is your battery trays, and you know we prefer lithium, but if you do go with lead acid, no matter what, they pull out, so there's no reaching and twisting. These heavy lead acid batteries. Looks like you can stack two batteries side by side here, so you can have by default 4 lead acid batteries. So they have 1 in here, but
nice.
I love that you can pull it out. That is so great, and it is vented. Nice clean vents here. So keep going. Let's see. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful. This is another thing I really loved about this is this whole thing is one piece, so you don't have any seams down here for the water, right? So these are your water connections. You connect your water. Every time, 100% of the time, you disconnect your water, some water is going to come out of the system. It's pressurized. So whether it's coming out of your hose or whatever's happening, the fact that it stays in here, you don't have to reseal around the bottom to cause water, to look out for water damage everywhere else. The other thing I thought was genius, if you look here at the bottom, since you know you're going to get water in here, the fact that this hole goes down and that there's no lip. Most RVs, they kind of like just drill a hole in the bottom and they slap a little cover in here. This has no lip, so even if you have water in here, it's so easy to just pull it out. Everything else looks pretty standard. I mean, there's nothing really special. You do have your leveling system in here, which I do like. No one can mess with it. It's not on the outside of your rig. It's not a separate door.
Yes, and you
inside.
can lock it.
And you can lock it. It's inside your connection. Here's the other side of that massive storage and how they do. Perfect. So no worrying about smashing the top. No worrying about magnetic latches. It's good. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. This is your hydraulic system.
Yeah.
Easily accessible once again. Love it. That's all I can ask for, is if companies would do things like this, just make it easily accessible. RVs break. If they're going to break down, it's just the name of the mobile house game. But being able to fix it is where things shine. So, Truma AquaGo water heater. Cool. That's an endless water heater. Uses propane, and then
You
the
think you
RV
can
shows.
fit through there?
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little tight, but luckily they're polished up real nice, and so you just slide right by.
Exactly.
So here is that access panel right here. If you probably get a bigger trash can, but this is that trash area. You're able to take it out. Other thing great about this, look at this. What does this say?
Dishwasher shut off behind panel.
Dishwasher is easily accessible, or any of your under sink plumbing is all right there. It looks nice and clean. You're not going to worry about it, but if you do need to worry about it because there is a problem, then you can get to it.
I do like that this door has a lock too, just because, you know, not that anyone could actually get in there and get inside your rig through that tiny little hole, but, you know, I like that. I like that we're locking everything.
I look at this power cable built in.
Nice.
That is so nice. These things get so heavy in the cold. So having a nice electric reel that's always connected. We did some modification that is similar to this, but being able to have it always connected, and of course they, you know, at the show they didn't use the actual door, but you can actually close and lock this and then pull the cable through this, and so it's nice and secure. They do things a little different here. And then once again, this is that far back corner, low point drain. This is to your fridge, probably an ice maker in the fridge, that residential fridge, so nice easy power point. You can put something in here, maybe a chair or something.
Yeah, just a little another pocket of storage.
Yeah.
They waste no space in this RV.
So overall, I mean, these doors are pretty thick. You can see that. That's definitely thicker than your average door, and I appreciate that. So other than that, I mean, the back cap looks real nice. Once again, goes across the full body paint. Stairs, nothing to write home about, but yeah, absolutely love this unit. Oh, and something I didn't see inside, but you can see here is this vent right here. Is the vent above your stove. So 99% of RVs, they vent back inside, so it tries to take the smoke, put it through like a carbon filter, and then put it back inside your RV. Generally not what you want to do when you're cooking. So the fact that they have it venting outside is great. So no more having a smoke alarm go off while you're cooking something, because it's actually sending the smoke outside. This is, for us, I would say the best rig for full-timers right now. If you're looking for a, this is a luxury fifth wheel, like the Grand Design Solitude line, like the Tiffin Volano line. So if you're looking for that luxury fifth wheel class, check this out. It checks all of our boxes and does it in a way that I would say blows away all the competition.
Yes, I might even add that the construction is much better than Grand Design.
100%. Yeah, and I mean, because they all use the other standard construction. This is more at a DRV level, like that super luxury, super heavy, like full wood type of construction, but at the Solitude price range. So you get the best features. It's kind of like that in between. So check it out.
So we're standing, are you ready?
Yeah.
We're standing in the Forest River Riverstone 39RKFB.
It's on tripod mode.
They have outlets right by the bed, even, oops. Well, that's what happens when you have a show rig. What should I do?